Oh boy. I I need to find the signal. I need to turn it off. The noise in my head.
It's Rocket Launcher guy. He thought he was gone, but he came back.
He always comes back. He is the sovereign of a nation, after all.
He will be one day.
Oh, we were talking earlier, and I was going to bring up a point, but I got sidetracked by Rocket Launcher guy, as a matter of fact. We were talking about the radio and how important it was to have the radio. And for me, it was really important because what I would do, I think Piff's done it in this game too, I turned off all the background music for immersion purposes. So when I was walking through the wasteland, to me, it was just so much better to just have the silence. It really helped to make you feel like you're in a wasteland.
Yes.
And so the radio was the only way for me to in-game break the silence. So when I wasn't fast traveling, when I was spending, like 30 minutes walking from one place to another, just exploring, it was either listen to the wind or listen to the radio. So it was a huge, big thing for me.
Now,
Also, your arm seems weird. It's all redified or something.
yeah, I think it's just the lighting in this place.
Oh, okay.
He walked in some poison ivy.
Got some sunburn.
It looks like it, yeah. Or unless you're turning into a super mutant,
Freaking
an orange
it's all
one.
pasty white under the under the Pip-Boy.
Yeah, that'd be one hell of a farmer's tan.
I try not to think about it just because it would be really hard to just kind of like, I don't know how this thing works, but like what your arm would look like underneath that, because
Well, I'm
it's been
assuming you
onto,
can
like,
take
the
it
sort of,
off.
like-
Yeah,
It's like wearing a big watch.
I was under the impression that the Pip-Boy can come on and off at will. It's not like it's fused to your
Pulls
body
it
or
onto
something.
your body.
I
yeah.
think it is, actually.
No, I don't think so. That makes no sense. Because your skin would atrophy underneath of it.
Well, I will say that I've never seen anything in the game that suggests it's fused to you. And
Exactly.
I thought it was at the beginning where it's just
No,
like
they give it to you.
They give it
but
to you
they're
and
like,
you put it
don't
on."
hold still as we bolt this onto your arm. No. They just give it to you, and you just put it on, like, no problem.
Oh, and besides that, if it was fused to your body in New Vegas, how could Doc have given you his? Because the Pip-Boy you use in Fallout New Vegas used to be that guy's, and he didn't have any use for it, so he gave it to you.
I just assumed that he was like a doctor who could like medically remove it.
That's a lot of assumptions.
Yeah, you're making a lot of assumptions now.
He's like ripping it off his
What's
arm.
an easier assumption? That it can just come on and off.
Maybe not as entertaining though. Like
No,
the Doc's
yeah.
just like, I don't need this anymore. There.
It's like this skill saw and...
But you guys are arguing over this gory scene.
Yeah.
And the raiders actually came back while you were exploring it.
I always like that too, where they're not. That's one thing I do like about this is that there's some dynamics to it, whereas not like traditionally where everyone's just waiting for you to show up to shoot them, right? Like the Super Duper Mart as well. Like half of them are there, and then you get to a certain point, and then the rest of the group comes in, and they're like, "Hey, wait a second." And I'm like, I thought that was fantastic because it's a really good way of replicating an actual environment rather than a video game where everyone just stays in their little cells until you come in and then they activate.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for your help, friend. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come
Hello,
along.
old man. That I fixed his robot for. He's nice.
Now,
Yes.
the next stage that a video game should
Sure,
achieve
I can
or
fix
aspire
most
for is
anything.
that,
Let me see
like,
what you've
if
got.
you, let's say you just sat outside that store and waited, then eventually that group might have come back, or like to have that true sense of
Bye.
Yeah,
immersion.
but
I
that
mean,
is
these
a lot
are
of
games. They gotta
variables for
take
them.
they gotta take baby steps.
Yeah, you
Hmm.
Because what you're talking about is like world replication, and that's a lot of factors to. I mean, they're already doing quite a bit by, like, say for example, the caravan routes. You can literally follow all the caravan routes, and they'll go to all their stops, which is an amazing feat in programming on its own, right?
They
I
also
mean, so
do
it's-
their own footpathing too, which they don't just appear from place to place. They literally walk from
Yeah.
one place to another.
Yeah. So that's like one step, but the next step you want Squee is for almost some sort of autonomous actions on them, not just following a route, right?
Well, actually, these games actually do, in a sense, already imply that because if it's nighttime, they'll go home and then they'll eat and then they'll sleep and then they'll wake up in the morning and they'll do a routine. But so they
I
already
think they
do
did that in
that.
Skyrim. I don't see it. Well, I
Yeah,
guess
they do.
in
They
the
do it.
cities, yeah.
They do it in Oblivion, Fallout, and Skyrim.
Well, in Fallout in cities, but I don't think I've ever seen bandits be like stop and eat or anything like that.
That's a good point. I don't know about bandits.
I know bandits do actually sit down and eat. I'm not quite sure if it's just if you enter there, they're always doing that, or if it's more of a time thing.
I would think that even the bandits would do it because my impression was the Radiant AI, which is what they call it, is an AI system for the entire world, not just certain people. So, that even the super mutants would have some form of Radiant AI, if maybe not as complex.
Which is walking around and grunting.
Yeah.
Being like, I think I was a woman, I can't remember.
But it's 3 p.m. I gotta go walk over here and grunt.
Stupid super mutants.
I don't think super mutants actually do those things, though.
Probably not.
I think I'm almost positive I even killed a bandit while still sitting down and eating.
I fully disclose that I am speculating here and could be 100% wrong.
No, what you're saying sounds right.
That's because I'm a good BSer, Inferno.
I see.
I'm the kind of guy that I loved essay questions over multiple choice because I could BS my way through anything.
Oh, see, I was the other way around. Give me short and direct.
Most people are like that,
knowledge.
yeah. But see, I was the kind of guy that I could know very little about the actual answer, but just talk such a good game that I'd get at least partial credit, whereas a multiple choice question would have just been plain wrong.
By the way, I really don't like multiple choice questions because almost every single time it's, oh, that wasn't the best answer. The one you answered was correct, but it wasn't the best one.
My favorite teachers are actually ones that shy away from multiple choice questions because a multiple choice question shows only that you can memorize information. It doesn't show that you understand the information. It just shows that you can memorize names, dates, and answers. But my favorite professors were the ones that would like everything that's a short answer, because a short answer you have to demonstrate an actual understanding of applying the knowledge. Not every short answer. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I probably should mention the things in the game. I went here to progress the story because I was told by Dr. Lee that I might find some clues here.
Oh, this is the Jefferson Memorial, isn't it?
No, this is the water purification plant.
Oh. So you're still looking for dear old dad, huh?
Yup.
Daddy Neeson.
Of all the places that I explored, I have still not found him.
What? That's crazy.
You can randomly stumble upon him, though, couldn't you?
I think
I was actually very close.
If I'm correct, couldn't you just I don't want to say spoilers, but isn't there's one point in the game, a certain vault, where you could just go straight to that vault and he'd be there?
That's what we just were talking about.
Okay.
I actually was just like I was next to him. I think at one direct point, and that was I guess if for people who are paying attention, next to the unarmed bobblehead.
Would the game acknowledge that? Or does it not? Like, they acknowledge the fact that it's like, oh, you just happened to find him.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It doesn't particularly acknowledge it, but it allows it.
Yeah.
Because it would be kind of cool if it was like, wow, you just kind of found me, huh? What a coincidence.
I think there might be a dialogue with your dad. Just be like,
looking for you? I wasn't looking for you. This is pure coincidence.
No, I don't think so. I don't remember that at all. I think my first playthrough I did actually accidentally stumble upon him.
I do know my first playthrough I completely skipped accidentally Three Dog because I was just exploring and I went to Rivet City first and boom.
Yeah, that actually happens with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Well, besides Megaton, Rivet City is like the only really big city in the game, or any place that you can even really call a city.
Mm-hmm.
That isn't filled with slaver assholes. Yeah.
There's a lot of quests that point you in that direction.
You know what I would like to have? And it was always kind of a disappointment in Fallout 3. Not a huge one, but I wish there had been more areas in actual DC, more of the urban type area. And I wouldn't mind a whole Fallout game based in just a massive urban environment. That would be really cool.
Oh, the Commonwealth. I mean, that's going to be the Boston area. Boston's a lot of city.
Commonwealth?
Yeah, that's where Fallout 4 is going to be based on.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's where I think most rumors are saying that's going to be in, because there's no official disclosure that even Fallout 3 is going to exist.
Fallout 4?
Yeah. Fallout 3 actually.
Because Fallout 3 does exist. I'm playing it right now.
I don't think there's enough evidence. I don't think there's enough evidence to state conclusively one way or the other, Inferno.
Uh-huh.
Shifty eyes.
So, it's the main story sadly in this game isn't particularly my favorite part about
I liked it quite a bit, but yeah, fair enough.
It's not bad, it's just not as good as a lot of other things in this game.
Well,
I would say that there is one particular section where I loved it.
I would even say that it's one of the few things that I think New Vegas did better than this game. One of the few things. Because I love New Vegas, but generally speaking, this game does most everything better. But the main story was really well done in New Vegas.
I will say there's two things. The section that's coming up, quite down the line sort of thing, which I'm just not going to talk about. And finding your dad, I liked the concept of that, where you're gathering clues to find your dad, or you can just randomly stumble upon either a further along clue or just your dad himself. I liked that a lot.
Well, I do have to also say I've never actually played Broken Steel, and that should be considered part of the main story, I would think. Or at least the main narrative. I've never played it. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. There is one other thing that I like about the story.
You keep shooting the wall. That's like the third time where it just barely clipped the wall instead of them.
Yeah. There's one thing just before the vanilla end of this game. There's something that happened that I really enjoyed. Pretty much like the scene just before the end. Not like the area just before the end.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I really like that section. There's a few other ones that were pretty neat, but it didn't really draw me in as a main story should. And we're going to get some journal entries.
Yay, from the holographic tapes.
Yes. This is something I don't particularly enjoy, where it's just like, listen to journal entry number 10.
Yeah, you're just like, what about 1 to 9?
Yeah, that would have been better just to have you listen to all of them and then piece together yourself where the clues were from.
Yeah. But,
game.
Like with a lot of modern gaming, it's gotta hold your hand.
Yeah.